they're totally for liquidating EBT, which is AK food stamps, and liquidating Section 8 and some other government programs. Just liquidate them, getting rid of the overhead and liquidating them, and coming up with a federal hourly subsidy that would in fact bring low wage earners up to $15 an hour. So of course it's dependent on how much you work, and it's an hourly subsidy for each hour. Then in fact it increases as to 15 an hour. If you work less, well, you don't, you get less. You didn't, they're talking about making $15 the federal minimum wage, when in fact mom and pop stores and country towns, small country towns, can't pay $15 an hour for a pimply face middle school kid to bag groceries over the summer. It would probably end their business. And with these Rona regulations and this $15 an hour to be another burden on small businesses, is absolutely insane. 1-2 punch to the American small business. Now, we look at the wages and EBT, right? Well, we liquidate that, or the problems are going to arise. We have these people that have 15 children and such. You have illegals, invaders coming in with I call them invaders, and while they're here, I believe the Yeshua Party needs to in fact do as the Old Testament is commanded, kind of, the sojourner being a temporary invader or what have you, whatever. They come over and get 15 children and multiply like crazy. Now, they're doing the word of God. God says, go forth and multiply, be fruitful, So, but putting the burden on the American taxpayer in general is an insult, in the sense that it's enslaving Americans to force them through their tax money to pay and be a burden on them. But in fact, they are temporary guests, is how I would put it, because they threaten the fabric of our Christian Caucasian culture by in fact, when they come over here and they can get benefits and in fact vote, or their children vote for a globalist government that to keep them in power, to only kill the settler Americans, which is the Caucasians, to kill them through abortion, aka baby murder, to in fact ever more open the borders, to change our culture drastically from a Christian Caucasian culture to a insane melting pot where everyone is separated in groups and fighting all the time, and they don't assimilate, but they want to be Omars to win American citizenship, and then to stand in the halls of power to tell us we need to change. Right? She wants to preach to us about changing after we granted her citizenship. Okay. Now, who's going to take up the slack for those that are on food stamps, right? Well, we look at churches, right? And a lot of churches, they are the kind of people that don't take the plank out of their own eye they want to, what they do is these big churches want to glorify, whoa, we're feeding people in Manchuria. We're feeding, oh, we get the glory and honor. We go over there and we're treated as kings, and we're the Messiah. We are, in fact, bringing life-sustaining food and what have you. But you see, the widow that's sitting next to them, that their husband just died and they're on Social Security and they barely can eat once a day. They refuse to help or even ask if that widow needs help, but they want the glory for paying for overseas to see as giant heroes. I would instruct the American churches to, in fact, first take care of Americans. And in fact, in this change, with my political change, we need patches as far as liquidating EBT, food stamps. Then, in fact, Americans, some will be in the gap. They need food. Now, what is better than a people that are dependent on food to be connected with local churches to get food? Well, you can preach the gospel, and you don't have to pay tons of money for plane rides of all your people that have to go to Manchuria. In fact, you can preach to your neighbor that was suffering, that didn't have food, and they're in that situation. So in fact, they have to be dependent on their local church to get help and the gospel at the same time. Now, we're not called simply just to hand out boxes of food, but it's an opportunity to talk about people's everlasting place of rest or torment, and to remind them that life is short, and in fact they do have a decision to make, for them to take their time and to help the needy next door, but in fact give up on this fame of, yes, we're heroes in Manchuria, but in fact help your neighbor that's right next to you.